Right. You can totally tell I'm using a ring light for this because of my glasses. I don't want the world to know I was like a closeted Kardashian, but I guess that's just how it's gonna be. I don't know how to introduce myself because I feel like the only people who are gonna see this are people who already know me, but also like I'm putting it on the internet, so theoretically someone might find this. So I'm gonna pretend like you don't know me. Okay, hi. My name is Tatenda. I'm 21 years old. I live in London, and I'm recording this because I am a month on testosterone. A couple of my friends asked if I was going to do something like this to document my transition so they could know kind of what's going on with me, what's poppin', how I'm doing, and also I think it would be cool to be able to kind of mark each phase of my transition as well. So I'm going to record a video, I think once a month, just to mark how it all happens. So this is month 1, let's go. Before I start, I just want to also throw out a huge thank you to the people in my life who contributed to me getting this far in my transition. Thank you so much for your kindness and your compassion and for encouraging me to put myself first and to take care of myself. And yeah, you're all freaking brilliant and I love you. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's roll in. I'm getting seen at the London Transgender Clinic here in the UK. It's on Harley Street, and they offer 3 different kinds of testosterone medication. The first is Nebido, which is an injection that you take every 12 weeks. The second one is a 3-weekly injection, the name of which I am forgetting. And the third one is the one that I'm taking, which is Testogel. It's a gel that you apply to your skin once a day. I use 2 pumps. Most trans guys that I've seen on the internet with this medication use 4 pumps, but I am tiny. I weigh 45 kilos and I'm 5 feet tall. It does not take a lot. So yeah, I only need 2 a day. This is so distracting. Okay, get over it. I really like it so far. Instead of, like, rather than with injections where you kind of have like a spike in testosterone levels that slowly peters out, and then like it can change your mood and stuff like that, you know, when your hormones dip at the end of that 3 weeks. With this, you have a dose every day, so your levels stay quite even, which I really like. I didn't want anything messing with my mood, so I'm really pleased with that. A lot of trans guys tend to switch, from what I've seen, to an injection afterwards. I think it's just because it's a lot of upkeep, I guess. For some people, applying a gel every day rather than only having to worry about it once every 12 weeks or once every 3 weeks. But especially because we're living in COVID time, I was like, why would I want to go into a clinic in person right now? And yeah, I think it's easy. So yeah, most folks that I've seen doing testosterone updates kind of start from top to bottom with like what's going on. So I'm gonna do that. Let's begin at top. So they say that on testosterone, your hairline recedes a little bit. So like you're like these 2 spots, you lose hair here. But so far, not really. I mean, like I've always had, I think everybody has pretty thin hair in these areas anyways. And nothing's happened so far, 1 month in. It might change, but honestly, the men in my family all have really strong hairlines. Like we don't really have a big hair loss sort of gene. Like, so I'm not expecting a lot of hair loss, to be honest. I'm gonna do brain. A lot of people have asked kind of if my moods have changed, how I'm doing psychologically since getting on T. And I was expecting, you know, I was actually expecting the worst. My doctor told me that I was gonna be physically incapable of crying, that I might experience a lot more like anger, and that I was gonna maybe feel like less in control of my emotions. To be honest, I mean, I started on December 3rd, and today it's January 6th, so 35 days in, I don't know when the last time is that I felt this in control of my moods. I wake up every day happier. I think my psychological state has really, really improved since getting on testosterone. I feel so much better. Yeah, in control is the way that I would put it. The old noggin's doing pretty good. All right, while we're here, skin suffering. They tell you that you're like you acne and your oiliness of your skin. I mean, like y'all can see. Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, my skin is usually really, really good. So this is just Armageddon up in here, and I'm really upset about it, to be honest with you. I'm getting on a new skincare routine because Instagram marketed some men's skincare products to me that I fell for. So we'll see. We'll see. Month 2, we'll see. I'm skirting in because I have noticed, I don't think you can see it. You're not going to be able to see it anyways. But like my little mustache is like, it's really not, I wouldn't call it like, oh yeah, it's here now or something like that. But I have noticed a slight increase in how much facial hair I have. Actually, I'm gonna come back in because I've always had a little bit of like sideburn action here going. I mean, I went to the barber and they shaved it a few weeks ago, so it's not as much as usual. But I've always kind of had more hair on my face than perhaps is average for like a cis woman or something like that. And every now and then I've also noticed like there's a couple hairs on my like cheeks growing, which is weird. And I was not expecting that, but you know, such is life. So that's the face. Throat. I'll talk about my voice. In the first 2 weeks, when I first started tea, I had this kind of constant lump in the back of my throat, and it hurt for like maybe a day, but like a little bit, like when I swallowed. Not even when I swallowed. I don't remember. I looked it up, and they say that it's like your larynx is expanding. And now I'm starting to wonder, have I just gotten used to this feeling? Is it still here? Or is it gone? I don't know. I felt it when I was talking and when I swallowed and stuff like that. If it's not gone, it's definitely, I don't feel it as much. There's been a slight drop in my voice. A couple of friends have commented that it's a little bit lower already, but yeah, it's not by much. It's not by much at all. I am particularly concerned about this because for folks who know me, I sing. And I was a bit concerned I was gonna hit like boy puberty and like my throat would turn bad. But so far my singing voice has pretty much stayed the same. I think I've lost a couple of notes in my upper register, but I haven't really gained many, maybe like a semitone in my lower register. And I'm on occasion a little bit less in control of like, I mean, I think I get pitchy a little bit more often, so I have to kind of watch not being sharp or flat in a way that I didn't have to before. But being mildly out of control is much better than not being able to sing anymore. And obviously it's only month 1, we'll see what happens. But so far I actually think that it'll be fine. Where are we? We're here. So at some point I'm supposed to bulk out, but I haven't been doing myself any favors this month because I've worked out so much less than usual. I'm gonna take off my sweater so you can see. So I haven't really noticed, I mean, like I said, I haven't been exercising very, very much because when I started on Testogel, I was applying it to my chest and my shoulders because apparently that's where it absorbs best. But I realized that when my body temperature increased quickly, or if I started sweating or something like that, I would start breaking out into tiny hives. And it would be like so itchy and so uncomfortable to the point that I had to stop exercising. And so that really kind of halted how much I was working out in this first month. And so I talked to my doctor and they told me to start applying it to my lower abdomen instead, which is a little bit better. We'll see. I might have to switch to injections at some point, but we'll find out. I'm hoping that I can just find a way to apply this that makes it fine. But anyways, so there hasn't been much bulking out happening. That said, I think that in my chest muscles, like I usually have a really hard time gaining any kind of chest muscle, but in the last few weeks, I have noticed a little bit more filling out in this area. So we'll see on the muscles front. So far, still skinny boy. Belly. I've noticed a little bit more hair on my belly. You can see where today I didn't apply my testosterone very well, so there's like a little bit of a gray like residue left over because if you don't like kind of rub it in properly, it just like stays there. It still absorbs the same, but it just looks kind of whack. Yeah, there's like slightly more body hair here. You probably can't see it. And also my hips, I used to be a lot curvier. Oh my god, I do need to work out. Sorry. I think my hips used to go in and back out a lot more than they do now. So yeah, they told me to expect that. Like, they said that your hips like minimize. So I guess that is happening as well. I put my sweater on for this next bit because I want to look decent when we talk about bottom growth. Skip ahead if you don't want to know. For those who aren't aware, bottom growth is something that happens when you're on masculinizing hormone therapy. Pretty much just your clitoris grows. I don't know how much detail I want to. It's real. It's real. It's probably the first visible change that happened to me. And to many other people as far as I have seen. After a day, I think I'd already noticed that it was slightly bigger, and it certainly did grow past that point. I think in the last week or so, growth has been much slower. If you have any questions, you know, you can always DM me or something like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna dwell on it for too long because I think it makes people uncomfortable, and it's clearly making me uncomfortable. But yeah, no, it's a thing, and I think it's probably the biggest change that's happened in the first month. No complaints. It's not very painful. It's a little bit more sensitive. Ooh. And that's it. We're done now. We've made it. We've done it now. We did it. Next, my gams. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I think I have slightly more leg hair. You're not gonna be able to see that. I stopped shaving my legs a really long time ago, so I don't think I've noticed much. I think it's like maybe a little bit denser, maybe a little bit longer, and definitely I used to my leg hair used to stop growing around my knee, and now there is a little bit more hair on my thighs, but it's like really fine, and it's not a big deal so far. And my feet, regrettably, are still a women's size UK 3. The doctor didn't tell me that I was gonna get bigger, you know, in size, generally speaking. But I had hopes. I had hopes. You know, break 5 foot nothing would be cool. You know, even a UK women's size 4. Can't win everything in life. My size 3 feet are just my cross to bear. Alright, I think that's everything. If you have any questions, especially for anyone who stumbles across this and they're looking to get on hormones or something like that, feel free to get in touch with me. I hope this was in any way entertaining or useful to anyone but myself. This has been month 1. I'll hit y'all in a few weeks with another update. Bye! Till next time!